How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 55 of our West Ham United career mode, and this is a big episode. Also, we have a cup final, the Capital One Cup to be exact, or the League Cup as it is known without its sponsor. But it's a huge game, obviously. And right before that, we have Mark Noble come in saying, I was expecting a bigger role at the club I was offering when I last signed my latest contract extension last year. And he hasn't been given the chance to perform that role, which I think is a little ridiculous on his part because he's in our starting 11, and he plays more often than not. Also, we do have to rotate the team. We're in so many competitions, that's why we do have to rotate the squad. So a little unconvinced as to Mark Noble's complaints here. But regardless of that, he's in the starting lineup as we come up with a huge matchup at Wembley Stadium. Another trip to Wembley. It's actually our third trip to Wembley in this career mode because we did make the FA Cup semi-finals are at Wembley, the FA Cup final, which we lost to QPR, and now the Capital One Cup final against Chelsea, who got there by beating Wigan 5-1 on aggregate, while we beat Newcastle United 3-2 on aggregate. Look at the cup. It looks beautiful. And a little bit of history for you. Chelsea have won the Capital One Cup, the League Cup, as we'll call it, 4 times. They've won actually 5 times in real life because they did win it this year in actual, Capital One Cup play. Whereas in this career mode, they've only won it 4 times in 1965, 1998, 2005, and 2007. Whereas West Ham, this would be huge for us because we would actually have our first ever League Cup victory. West Ham's been runners-up in 1966 and 81, but never actually won the League Cup. So that's going to be huge for us here. Chelsea, obviously, with a fantastic lineup led by Jackson Martinez up top, Hazard and Willian on the wings. They have guys like Matic, Ivanovic, Cahill, Courtois, and goal. Lovely squad. Whereas we are going to counter with Dybala and Carroll up front, and Downing sitting behind them. Kevin Nolan coming in for Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's suspended. It's a huge opportunity for the captain to make an impact. Noble, Kiyate filling out midfield. And then we have our regular backline, Jenkinson, Tompkins, and Reed across the backline, and Aaron Cress with Adrian and goal. But Chelsea got off to a very lively start. And Eden Hazard, I'll tell you what, he's just as tricky and disgustingly skilled in FIFA as he is in real life. Did you see the ball moves, the trickery there, the skill moves before he lays it off to his brother Thorgan? But his shot does go harmlessly wide, thankfully for us. We then come forward here in the 5th minute. Dybala trying to create with a lovely little back pass to Carl Jenkinson. He decides to hit an early cross here, looking for the head of Carroll. It's flicked away only as far as Cheku Kiyate decides a fake shot there, lays it off out to Downing, back out to Carl Jenkinson to try and whip another cross in. Very dangerous ball, but Carroll can't get a head on it, and it's eventually cleared away by Branislav Ivanovic. We then come forward in the 7th minute with Dybala on the counter. Plays through Andy Carroll here, just trying to hold up plays. He doesn't have a ton of support. He sees a run to Downing. Lovely little back heel. Downing with a strike, but Courtois is equal to the task. And we have a lively start to this Capital One Cup final. Downing then with a free kick in the 10th minute. Whips it in. Kevin Nolan is brought down by Azpilicueta in the air. It's a rash challenge. He's bundled over Kevin Nolan, and the referee has awarded a penalty here in the 10th minute. It's a beautiful bit of play. Lovely work. Well, I wouldn't say bit of play, but it's a great ball in. Nolan goes to just control it off his chest, and Azpilicueta absolutely barges through him to give up the penalty. And with that, Mark Noble, of course, is going to step up and take it. Our best penalty taker. He's our vice captain. He's West Ham through and through. And can he stand up and slot this away against Thibaut Courtois in the 11th minute? Oh my goodness, Courtois goes the right way, but thankfully Noble hits it with enough ferocity and accuracy that it goes in the back of the net, and he celebrates in front of the West Ham contingent. The half of the stadium that West Ham were allocated is the end where we score this first goal and get the raucous crowd on their feet at Wembley. And could this be deja vu? Another early penalty. Obviously, we had the exact same situation against Chelsea last week, 1 week ago in the FA Cup round of 16. We picked up an early penalty and went on for a 2-1 victory. Remains to be seen. Obviously, Chelsea did draw a level in that game, so we'll have to see. Nolan here in the 14th minute. Lovely little chip through ball to Dybala. He goes for the audacious chip, but it's high, wide, and not so handsome. Good idea from Dybala as he had Courtois coming off his line, but he just can't get it on target. And Kevin Nolan, what a game. He is just absolutely barging through players. He takes out Jackson Martinez to win that tackle. Eventually causes the ball to come forward with Downing into Andy Carroll. He jumps through a tackle, and you wonder what a tackle it was to prevent Carroll from getting a shot off, and doesn't give away a penalty. Pretty bold from Ake again going in, but it's a great save. Dybala then here in the 18th minute rockets one off the crossbar, and Ake is forced to get it away, though, only as far as Cheku Kiyate. Kiyate and the ball out wide to Mark Noble. He lays it off to Jenkinson, who's been doing very well getting forward on that right-hand side. Into Paulo Dybala again. Crosses it in. Sir Andrew, Lord of Carroll, back of the net. 2-0 West Ham United. And the question at this point, with the way West Ham are playing right now, is not what the final score will be, but how many could they score, because it is absolute stampede on the Chelsea goal right now. Lovely ball in from Dybala. Carroll leaps over Ake. He does get barged over, but he wins the header, beats Courtois. So much power on the header. There's just nothing he could do to react on it. It looked like Rooney's header against Arsenal in the FA Cup with just the power that Chesney wasn't able to react to it. Similar here as Courtois not able to get up for that one. And all of a sudden, it's 2-0 West Ham United. Carroll's 5th goal in the Capital One Cup. He loves a cup goal. I'll tell you what, Andy Carroll. And he loves being a hero on a big stage. Great goal. And all of a sudden, it's 2-0 to West Ham. And Dybala with another breakthrough. He gets around Azpilicueta, strikes one from range. But thankfully for Chelsea, it's straight down the heart of Thibaut Courtois. Finally, a Chelsea chance here after they did have the early going chances. Cahill tries to get on the end of a header from Cesc Fabregas, but unluckily for him, it does go well over the bar. As Azpilicueta and Willian then linking up on the wing here with just 1-2 touch pass in between the two of them. Look at them, they're just going back and forth, looking for an opening. Finally, Willian does get Jenkinson to slide in, plays it into Jackson Martinez, flicks it on Hazard! Eden Hazard just squibs the ball there, and thankfully, Adrian looked like he might have it covered, but doesn't have to worry about it, as we are getting a bit fortunate here. Chelsea's chances just not able to put them on target so far. Jenkinson hits one from range. It does dip right in front of Courtois, which are always the most dangerous chances, and Courtois luckily does get it away for Chelsea. But we're hanging on to a 2-0 lead, and we're doing very, very well. Our next game will, of course, be in the next episode against Manchester City back in the Premier League. So we just go from one huge game to another. We've been playing in the Europa League. We've had tough ties in the Cups. Obviously, we have a Cup final. Then we go to Man City in the Premier League. We had Arsenal in the Premier League. It just doesn't seem to end for us. And as we try to hold off the Chelsea attack here, lovely free kick in. Willian does win the header, but Adrian comfortable in the end as the ball comes in far enough out and just takes the pace out of it with his header that we're able to get away. As Azpilicueta then on the edge of the box, Keontae goes in, and the referee has awarded a penalty, so a penalty back for Chelsea on the other end of things, and you wonder, he gets booked for it. Does it look particularly like a penalty? Oh, it's so close to being outside or inside the box. I think it might have been just inside. It's tough to tell. Also, he falls outside the box, but where the contact was made, the referee deems it inside. It's a tough call to take. And Eden Hazard steps up against Adrian here with a chance to bring Chelsea back into the game. This would obviously be huge for them because 2 goals down, a penalty could get them right back into it. And Hazard, cool as you like, just chips it simply past Adrian. He sends him the wrong way. And all of a sudden, West Ham are going to be in nervy time for the final 30 minutes. It's going to be an absolute photo finish, I'll tell you what. Lovely chip from Hazard. Great simple finish. Adrian, can't blame him at all, for Hazard is so good on penalties. He's just so calm. He comes up halftime. He doesn't even have to take a look at the ball, and he can still put in the back of the net. And from there on, it would be Chelsea just coming forward, pressing for that equalizer. One-way traffic the other way. Martinez with a strike, but a lovely block from Winston Reid to get in the way of the ball. Forces it out for a corner. Fabregas whips in into the head of Cahill again, but Adrian does well to get down to his left and make another strong save. And we do just try and take the sting out of the ball a little bit later on. Dybala, though, sees the run of Mark Noble coming forward. Noble does ever so well. He plays the ball back, eventually tries to find Kevin Nolan. He strikes it from range. It takes a deflection, and luckily for Courtois, it flips up in the air, and he's able to grab it simply. Though Chelsea with another chance here. Eden Hazard, his trickery on the left. How does he keep that in? No. Forced out off of Carl Jenkins. As Azpilicueta thrown it into Cesc Fabregas, the former Arsenal and Barcelona, and lays off to Thorgan Hazard. Great save by Adrian, and Reid does very well to clear things away. Dybala again trying to use his trickery and his pace to just create a little bit of space. Plays the ball into Mark Noble again, who's had a wonderful game. Dybala with a strike. It comes at the foot of Ake. Carroll to win it. Courtois with a save that would have surely wrapped things up. Andy Carroll with the chance of the night to end the game here, and it allows Chelsea a second life to come back into the game. Ivanovic into Andre Schürrle. Great skill with a step over. Whips it in. Hazard! And he just doesn't attack the ball. He takes the sting out of it, and thankfully for us, Adrian's able to get behind it and handle it comfortably. Doesn't even give up a rebound. Remy over the top! Oh, he's hit the post again, and we are just hanging on by a thread here. What a ball that was from Azpilicueta into Remy, and thankfully it comes off the bar behind Adrian and away. Finally, 90th minute here, extra time. Hazard lays off to Ramirez. His strike goes over the top of the goal. Chelsea then award a free kick as Azpilicueta is going to float it in. Looking for the head of Remy. He flicks it back towards Fabregas. They're going to try and hoof it into the box. The referee has other ideas, and we have finally won a piece of silverware. The Capital One Cup is coming back to East London with West Ham 2-1. Beautiful victory. And so, of course, we celebrate Kevin Nolan lifting the trophy for all the West Ham fans to see. It's a wonderful thing. He played a masterful game for me. My man of the match, the 3 points for Moose's Mighty Hammer, actually did go to Kevin Nolan. I thought he had a wonderful game. Everybody honestly deserved points in this game. I'll tell you what, Adrian was fantastic in goal. Jenkinson won man, or I should say, I think Jenkinson was man of the match for me. He was unbelievable on the right hand side. Nolan, Noble were fantastic. Carroll, of course, scoring a lovely headed goal that ended up being the winner, and that would be how things would turn out. It's beautiful seeing West Ham United as the Capital One Cup champions. It's a wonderful result, and it'll obviously lead to us having some massive ties coming up. The next episode is going to have Manchester City and the first leg against PSV. So let me know, obviously, in the comments what you thought of this result, what you thought of the team selection, how you think we did. Be sure to subscribe to keep watching videos. Leave a like and comment. It's always appreciated. Hope you have enjoyed, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.